So, Oda has dropped a bombshell on us. He has delivered us a treat of some kind, a blessing from the skies. And now he just gave us some major information that will shock everybody. So, here we are at One Piece chapter 1154, titled I'm Not Gonna Die. And let's go ahead and jump in this chapter because, oh man, we got a big one here, ladies and gentlemen. So, started off. Okay, so we're not. Last chapter, what happened was is you have, I forgot what that woman's name, but that woman, Loki's mother, chucked Loki off, baby Loki, her new off a cliff, which, not gonna lie, well, not deserved, because like I said in the previous video, which I said this, which is kind of crazy if you really think about it, because she's the I guess top three in my opinion of worst mothers to go down One Piece, because there's no way you would have. Oh man, you know what happens to people like that? Never seen again. So yeah, so in this chapter alone, we are going back to 63 years ago, and this is apparently King Draw, not Draw, but Draw, one of Draw's comrades. And guess who's in the backstory this time? Big Mom, the big beach whale. Yeah. You gotta love that. Anyways, 63 years ago, and I'll put it right there. 63 years ago, a glimpse into Elbas Pass. Draw's comrade and the oldest alive at that time. Waterfall Beard. Draw was slain by the hands of a single young girl. So, we all know from way back from basically from Big Mom's backstory. I mean, we only got like I want to say a glimpse, like 100%, but this is not like 100% of her backstory. This might actually be 100% of the backstory, what happened, like the rest of that shit. So here, or 99.9% of what's going on in that backstory. So yeah, and though only human, she wiped out half a giant village. Her name was Charlotte Lin Lin, also known as Big Mom, aka. So there you go. She will later be feared as Big Mom, one of the four emperors. So yeah, we all knew that. So yeah. Strangely, that very same year, Elbaf was battered by a string of calamities, fires, violent winds, and brutal cold snaps that ravaged the crops. The freak weather also left the nets empty, plunging this once fertile land into famine, or the destroyed fields, basically. So, how can I say this? So basically, after I'm guessing Big Mom was one of the calamities that befell Elbath, I guess. I mean, call it coincidental, but aside from that, I mean, I guess that's coincidental. I mean, her being Big Mom being, or Charlotte Linlin being on that island is probably one of the calamities that fell Elbath and resulted in killing one of the famous people there, supposedly. But it get, if you think this is right there up in the tippy top of what's going to happen to Elbap, oh man, it's about to get way hectic. So here we are, next panel, and you just see one of the royal guards basically one of the guards going up to Loki's mom. I don't want to say her name, but anyways, and she says, or is the guards telling her, said, "See, it's all that kid's fault. You let that thing live, and now the whole country's cursed." This is what the mother said, and she's about to get, oh man, she's about to get what she deserved. And the guard says that can't be. It was just a coincidence. And what did I just say about Big Mom being a coincidence? I mean, I mean, two things. Come on now. Anyway, that's the same thing. I said it can't be coincidence that Big Mom all of a sudden just wind up killing a whole village, right? Anyways, you just see the mother just looking back because she hears a crack on the door, and it's Loki, which he climbed his ass all the way out from Niflheim, the realm of the dead, up to the realm of the sun, basically, and he pushed that door, a hole in the door, and Logan says, God, look at me, basically. Or no, that was the mother, and the mother said, it looked at me. And one of the guards said, Loki-sama? Oh, man. The mother says, keep that thing away from me. Don't let that monster come near me again. Oh, man. Come on. All at once. You see, even I feel bad for Loki because no child should experience this. Why? And you just see the two guards trying to pin Loki down, or either pin him down or stop him from advancing towards King Harold's second wife. Which, oh god, bro, why do you? She's gonna get something coming to her. So yeah. Now, one of the guards says, Loki-sama, you mustn't go into your mother's chamber. And one of the mother says, smash that beast's eyes, everything will be cursed, and that will be the end of this land. Oh, Lord. And you just got a bunch of people, just disaster happened one by one. You got mother and the kid saying, it's hungry, and the mother said, I'm sorry, my boy, that bread was the last of it. This is a disaster, basically. The disaster one by one. And you got another panel says there's one they getting attacked by look like hunters, and this is what one of them said. The ones from the village of hunters are attacking us. I heard the other villages got hit too. Grab your weapons, don't. Like I said, disaster after disaster. Or that's what Loki's eyes is doing, basically. Narrator comes on and says, civil skirmishes were anything but rare as the crisis deepened. The fighting intensified, claiming countless lives. The land was swallowed by chaos and the people's spirit little by little. Now, here's the kicker. One of the giants says, they say the prince who was born in the castle is cursed. And then you see Nerve come on again. Started to weaken. And when Loki, well, not Loki, but Harujin picked up on this, it's what in the world is going on? And one of the giants comes in and says, Harujin, your brother is going to doom this country with the curses he carries. And Haru's like, what? You're his brother. You got to be the sacrifice. So typical thing to do in a crisis like this when something is cursed. Sacrifice is the number one thing to go. Bad, I know, but it gets better than this in later chapter, ladies and gentlemen. So now you got Ida stepping in, and she says, what kind of crazy talk is that? My son's the cutest kid in this world. Of course he'll live forever. And you just got Ida getting choked out by another giant, and he said, shut up, Ida. Why is that with Y? I'm about to put this up. This is how her name's spelled, by the way, instead of what Y is with I don't know. But anyways, you're a foreigner who bewitched King Harold. You shut up and leave no borders. Love knows no borders, basically. And Horujin steps in and said, don't you lay a hand on my mom? But then a grace from above came in a clutch of a time. King Harold steps in and boom, hits him in the ground, just like with all his might. And he said, and King Harold says, are you out of your mind? And everybody's like shouting, is like, King Harold, you back? I'm glad he's back because shit is off the rails. Basically, what I'm trying to say. I mean, everything's going to like everything is flying off the walls. Based on what I'm trying to say, it's going above and beyond what they can control. Because you got Big Mom on the loose, wiping out a village by herself, and we all know that the way she was wiping out one village was only because she absorbed a devil fruit, or she ate someone, and all of a sudden that got she got the devil fruit. Basically, She's doing all this with a devil fruit by herself as a kid. One village destroyed. Boom. We don't know if she went and terrorized another village. So there you go. And then you got crops dying, fields burning, trees disappearing, collapsing. You name it. It's up there. And then you got Loki making it worse. Oh wait, well, not Loki making it worse. Let me retract that because it's not just him, it's the mother that's doing that. I mean, shoot, if you do about the curse, killing him will make it worse, don't you think? I mean, come on. Now, I would say this too. It's not, and then you got hunters from a different village trying to invade them too. And then you got a whole massive civil war breaking out, right? So that's a bit fair. So, and then, after King Harold, oh man. So, what do you guys think happened to, what are your conclusions into how King Harold's wife died? How King Harold's second wife, Istrid died. It was because of illness she fell ill. That we know. But I mean, was it just illness, or was it because she let's call spades a spade? She was I would say a hater and neglected mother, a pompous ass, a know-it-all. Shit, the list goes on. Come on now. I mean, I already explained everything last chapter. Her whole behavior screamed of no high, something similar to Celestial Dragon's behavior. Let's call it that. Celestial Dragon behavior. Know it all. Pompous asshole. Anything you guys can infer? Comment down below. I mean, come on now. Don't y'all agree? Anyways, what happened in this next panel was well deserved, personally. So, next panel. Queen Istrid passed away on the eve of Harold's return. In her final days, she kept insisting every misfortune has or was Loki's curse. Consumed by hatred for her own child, she died in torment. What did I say? What did I say? It was her fault. I told you the reason why she died was either it was illness, torment, neglectance, everything down the list basically. Boom, long list. What'd I say? Consumed by hatred for her own child, she died in torment. Yeah, no shit. Who would have thought? And now, at this point, when Harold returned, King Harold returned, bandage it, I will say cloth. A cloth has been wrapped around Loki's eyes, basically. Don't know how he was able to see that, but he's strong enough, right? And it continues, narrator continues, and of course, everyone chalked it up as yet another of Loki's curses. It's not Loki's fault. Let's call spades a spades. Anything to do with Loki. Even if you change. So here's my thing. You know what? I'll wait until my final thoughts because this is important. Yeah, this is like something like, don't know if everybody's missing, but this says it all. Anyways, King Harold picks up Loki. He said, "Loki, my boy." Loki doesn't look. You can't blame Loki because Loki doesn't look happy. He doesn't look happy. He looks pissed. I'll be pissed too. It's like, man, y'all ain't, you know that? Y'all ain't nothing. Y'all just, And I don't blame Loki because he ain't smiling. You can see that. He went through some, that a normal kid would turn, that would flip him, to the evil side. Okay, how does that saying goes? Evil is not born. No, evil is not created. Evil is not born, it's created. Boom, done. Don't know if that's true. Comment down below if I got that wrong. But anyways, one of them, narrator comes in and said, barely few months old, Loki already given up on love. Like I said before, it makes sense that he's not smiling at all. You can tell that from the panels. He's not happy. He's not a happy camper. He's pissed. Majorly so. And what King Harold said, he's covered in bruises. That's because and then narrator comes on. Next panel, the diplomacy Hurl worked so hard to build finally paid off, and Elbath made it through the winter. Still, between rebuilding a kingdom on brink and leading expeditions aboard, Hurl was stretched thin, and on top of that, Ishrida's brother, the one who was looking after Loki, was appointed regent. So you're telling me her brother was appointed, that was looking after Loki? Who do you think these bruises came from? Who? It came from the brother. Because you know why? Because the sister gave birth to a cursed child, and what did it do? Took her sister's life. But let's be honest. What really took her was everything down the list. What you did wrong and not right. Come on now, I'm preaching here. Anyways, continues on. This is a man. Oda's dropping some goodies in this chapter, I'm not gonna lie. And you just see Ida look like she's working the bar or in the kitchen. And you just see Harujin just there with her too, and he even says, or Ida says, you got special training with the elder, or what does that say? Herbal from the West Village, right? I'll swing by on my way back. Fishermen, castaways, even pirates, doesn't matter who you come on, who you are, come on in. This is Ida's Tavern. I just hope I can be some help to Harl. So I was right. She is working at a tavern. It looked like a bar area. Fast forward 56 years. Oh man, we need a timeline. So 56 years. So it was 63. Now is 56 years ago at Jarl's home in Elbath. So Jarl's talking and say, you were there during the whole incident at the reverie, weren't you, Harl? King Harl said, yeah, I begged a king I was close to, snuck in disguised as a soldier. Smart thinking. I wonder who's this king he's talking about, or the king he was close to. Interesting. Oh, actually, I wonder, could it be the one that Ida had was staying with before that King Harl accidentally raided and rescued? Could it be that king? What was that? What was that island's name? I can't remember the life of me. Memory's bad. But he continues, in the end, my request was denied, obviously. If not for the chaos after the assassination, I probably would have been caught. Ooh, assassination. They might need to elaborate on that. What y'all think? But Gerald says, if caught was all that happened, you be lucky. You're reckless. You know what? Ever heard of Galley? What does that say? Gallia. Anyways, King Hall's like, weren't they that crew of massive shipwright Bruce, the hammer wielding warriors? Weren't they from some legend or Gallia? Oh my goodness, why didn't I put that together? Gallia or something. I hope I got that right. But anyways, some legend or something. And Joel just like explains. So here we go, buckle in, because this is important. No, they're real. Very real. They set sail for distant lands, and from wherever they ended up, they sent a letter to Elbath. That letter still exists, and it said, we've all been captured. Can you believe that? Over 100 warriors, some of them descended from the ancient ones, captured by who? And Harlow's like, and you think the world government was behind it? I mean, who else? There is no doubt a great enemy existed in the past. You may want to check those history books again. Remember, voice and up to leading that point. I mean, for goodness sakes, it could be Eam. Who else? But I ain't gonna speculate, but it has to be Eam. There's no other way, right? But that part of the history sank to the bottom of the sea, obviously, of course. Put simply, the reason your good faith didn't reach them might not be your fault at all. Enemies in the past, huh? See? Comes back, it comes back together. Now, Gerald says also, I've heard rumors that an entire army of giants was frozen somewhere. We can't forget we belong to the people that once brought great harm to the world. And Gerald agrees. Not Gerald, but King Har agrees with Gerald and say, yeah, of course, I mean, we can't forget that anyways. And now, someone in the castle, Master Loki Poo cursed my sister to death. Master Loki Poo. Oh, man. Oh, wait a minute. It gets better than this. Check this out. You remember I said that now... You remember I said that Queen Istra's brother was the one that, I mean... that's been appointed and obviously harm Loki. Well, here it is. Now then, what kind of garbage should I feed you today, huh? And everybody said, and then you got like, you get like, as Loki grows, like, or grows up, you see the baby Loki, or I would say 5 years old Loki. So now then, what kind of garbage should I feed you today, huh? And then you see, I would say, a little bit grown. His horns grows longer, by the way, every time he ages. And one of them says, hey, look, the lucky horse is dead. And then the third one, the giant, regent's body was found in the underworld. Now, here's the interesting thing. Next panel, another year passed, or it's gradually, these years, there's a pattern here. These years keep going, I would say up, but it's counting down until we get to the current, and here we are. So 48 years ago, Elbath locked in the orbital roots. Back then the villages all got along. So now here's another thing too. Loki at this point is a gremlin. Not a gremlin, but what they call the rambunctious, annoying kid. Yeah. So Loki kept wrecking and tearing through everything around him, basically. So yeah, that's the point we at with Loki at this point. Now you got Harujin walking up to Loki, acting big and tall and talking back to him, or telling him off, and says, don't wreck the villages that worked so hard to fix. What was that? Loki said, don't you dare call my father dad. That guy might be respected around here, but he's always going on about making peace with those human bugs. What a load of crap. Yeah, Haruja Balder said, doesn't matter who it is, everyone deserves to be treated the same. Being big doesn't make you more important. And for that, he got whacked in the head with Loki's club. And he says, I'm important because I'm the prince. Don't you ever talk back to me again, you little runt. I mean, remember guys, Loki is the little brother and Harujin's the big brother. There you go. That should tell you a lot. Okay, now you got other people saying, Harujin, you got Jerd and Goldberg there too, which is, there you go. Jerd, stay away from him. If he sees you near Harujin, Loki might think you're friends, and Jerd just socked him in the head, and she said, he is my friend, you idiot. And now you got Loki turning to them and say, ha, you disgusting. What a joke, Harujin. All you weaklings sticking together, huh? You're the son of that filthy blooded woman, you worthless. Then after that, you know. And one of the guards said, young master, please. He's also a king's son. He's a prince too. And Loki says, well, I don't give a damn who he is, basically. Now, Knight Rider comes in and said, even after hurting others, even after breaking everything around him, the void in Loki's heart was never filled. And I'll just say this. This is the mother's fault. I blame the mother, because if she would have took Loki in her arms and loved him, she wouldn't turn out like this. He wouldn't turn out like this. Say if you, oh man, no. Oh man, I want to say that if you cover Loki's eyes after he was born, be like, ah shit. Well, we'll just cover that and Confiscated. Now we don't have to look at him. Now he's a beautiful son. Look at that. There you go. Problem solved. You just got to do that. But man, my man, my man. Loki, Loki, Loki. All right, then. Here we go. And you just see, next panel, you just see Loki on the ground just suffering, suffering. There's no one around to just acknowledge him. It's sad. Loki's backstory is sad. And he says this, I'm not gonna die. And, well, here's the shocking thing in this last panel. What the hell is this island? Where the heck is the entrance, basically? And you just see a bunch of monsters, a bunch of, not monsters, but a bunch of bears and wolves, giant wolves and giant bears, snow bears, snow bears, going after or something, trying to protect Loki. And Loki looks up without his bandages too, and checks the people, 4 people that are there. And one of them says, hey, check it out, giant kid. So this really is Elbath, huh? That brat's got the face of a full-blown demon. Even for a giant, he's huge. What? Wait, is he crying? Now, here we go. So what was the timeline? Anyways, 8 years ago during the reverie, this man's path crossed with Harald's. It took down a Marine admiral and vanished into thin air. Alright then. Now he's one of the most wanted men on the planet with a bounty worth a fortune. First, this is the land of giants, Elbaf, right? Alright, kid, I want 2 things from you. And yeah, they better better both be yes or obviously. Second, Harald's here, isn't he? Title of this man is Rox D. Xebec. And now we got the full blown, like, no, there's no shadows in this. There's no shadows covering his figure, no silhouette. He's out here. And this is what he looks like. The legend appears, future captain of the Rox Pirates, father of the Yonko Blackbeard. Chapter end. So, final thought. First of all, let's address that last one. Because you're telling me, first, who's the admiral that Rox D. Xebec killed? I want to know that. That's pretty important to me. That, come on now, that's important. That's more, not more important, but that's the first important thing. Second, what is he here for? King Harald. And third, who did Harald meet? I'm curious of who he met while traveling around the world, cause that's kind of right. Now, as for that was the final thoughts, but we all on the final thoughts. So here's the thing about Loki. To prevent this, and I'll humbly swear to it, the way you can prevent this is cover Loki's eyes during birth. If something is not right, cover his eyes. Boom, boom, done. Still happy kid. You can hold him in his arms while looking at him. Second, you knew that marrying King Harald, he would have... don't you realize that he has horns too? King Harald has horns too, just like Loki. And after all, too, they both are... King Harald is also descended from an ancient giant race. Like, come on. And here's the kicker too. Here's the kicker that almost made me chuckle a bit, that made me have a good time with this chapter, is Istrid, or I think that's her, Istrid, she died because she was, the list is long. I mean, like I said before, like 3 to 4 times, 5 times, the list is long. She could have loved that child and prevented all of this, but look at what that island did. Produce a troublemaker and she kind of deserved it. And after Loki grew up and grew some hair on his head, you can tell he was not a happy camper. I gotta admit, I mean, this makes me laugh so much because the reason why is because she, all out of all the things she did, And I'm pretty sure Loki's aware of what she did too. I mean, remembering back, I'm pretty sure his memory is like, oh, I'm not stupid. I mean, I know what she did. She called me ugly and like say I'm cursed, and then proceeded to throw me down toward the realm of the death. Climb back up, wanted her to see me again, and held my hands and arms out for her to pick me up and love me again, but down the drain, my man, down the drain. And Loki was not, he was not smiling. He was not a happy camper. And whoever bruised him, well, we could speculate that was, we all called it. Come on now. Now, as for Loki, this ties back to I forgot what chapter it was, but it ties back to how Xebec and Loki met, because Xebec tried to Rox beat Loki to half to death because Loki challenged him, and Rox was like, "The hell? You trying to challenge me? Bet." All right, bring it on. So yeah, this was an interesting chapter. Like I said, Oda dropped a heavy duty bomb on us. This was good information, by the way, because this and Blackbeard was one of them. Oh man, that was a good one. Rock. I mean, we. I think several theories was out there that Rocks may be tied to Blackbeard. Man, way to prove that wrong, huh? Right. So, well, but if you like this chapter, if you're new here, subscribe, like, and share this video. And comment down below if you feel bad for Loki, because I certainly do. And do you feel bad for Istrid, King Harald's second wife, that apparently, well, it is true now, that threw Loki down the... Do you feel bad for it too? So yeah. Thanks again, and see you next adventure later.